Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Jeremiah 11-16, Proverbs 3, and Psalm 38. Let's get started. The words that came to Jeremiah from the Lord. Hear the words of this covenant, and speak to the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem. You shall say to them, Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, Cursed be the man who does not hear the words of this covenant that I commanded your father, and I brought them out of the land of Egypt from the iron furnace, saying, Listen to my voice, and do all that I command you. So shall you be my people, and I will be your God, that I may confirm the oath that I swore to your father, to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as at this day. And they answered, So be it, Lord. And the Lord said to me, Proclaim all these words in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. Hear the words of this covenant and do them. For I solemnly warned your fathers when I brought them up out of the land of Egypt, warning them persistently even to this day, saying, Obey my voice. Yet they did not obey or incline their ear, but everyone walked in the stubbornness of his evil heart. Therefore I brought upon them all the words of this covenant, which I commanded them to do, but they did not. Again the Lord said to me, A conspiracy exists among the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem. They have turned back against the iniquities of their forefathers. They have refused to hear my voice. They have gone after other gods to serve them. And the house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant that I made with their fathers. Therefore thus says the Lord, Behold, I am bringing disaster upon them that they cannot escape. And if they cry to me, I will not listen to them. And the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem will go and cry to the gods to whom they make offerings. And if they cannot save them in the time of their trouble, for your gods have become as many as your cities, Judah, and as many as the streets of Jerusalem are the altars that you have set up to shame altars, to make offerings to Baal. Therefore do not pray for this people, or lift up a cry or prayer on their behalf, for I will not listen when they call to me in the time of their trouble. What right has my beloved in my house, and she has done many vile deeds? Can even sacrificial flesh avert your doom? Can you then exalt? The Lord once called you a green olive tree, beautiful with good fruit, as the roar of a great tempest he set fire to it, and his branches will be consumed. The Lord of hosts, your calamity, has decreed disaster against you, because the evil of the house of Israel and the house of Judah have done, provoked me to anger by making offerings to Baal. And the Lord made it known to me, and you heard it, and you showed me their deeds. I was like a gentle lamb led to slaughter. I did not know that it was against me. And he devised shame, saying, Let us destroy the tree with its fruit. Let us cut him off from the land of the living. Let his name be remembered no more. But, O Lord of hosts, who judges righteously, who judges the heart and the mind, let me see your vengeance upon them. To you have I committed my cause. Therefore thus says the Lord concerning the men of Anathot, who seek your life, and say, Do not prophesy in the name of the Lord, or you will die by our hand. Therefore thus says the Lord of hosts, He will not punish them. The young men shall die by the sword, their sons and their daughters shall die by famine, and nothing shall be left, for I will bring disaster upon the men of Anathot, the year of their punishment. Righteous are you, O Lord, when I complain to you. Yet I will plead my case before you. Why does the way of the wicked prosper? Why do all who are treacherous thrive? You plant them, and they take root. They grow and produce fruit. You are near in their months, and far from their house. But you, O Lord, know me. You see me, and test my heart toward you, and pull them out like sheep for the slaughter, and set them apart for the day of slaughter, and how long will the land and the grass of every field wither? For the evil of those who dwell in it, the beasts and the birds are swept away. Because they say, We will see our latter end. And if you have raced with men on foot, and they have wearied you, how will you compete with horses? And if in a safe land you are so trusting, what will you do in the thick of the joy? But even your brothers and the house of your father, they have dealt treacherously with you. In full cry after them, do not believe in them, though they speak friendly words to you. I have forsaken my house, I have abandoned my heritage, and you have given the beloved of my soul into the hands of her enemies. My heritage will come to me like a lion in the forest. She has lifted up her voice against me. Therefore I hate her. My heritage to me like a hyena's lair. At the birds of prey against her all the way. Go, assemble all the wild beasts, bring them to devour. Many shepherds have destroyed my vineyard. They have trampled down my portion. They have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness. They have made her desolation, desolate and merged to me. The whole land is made desolate. Upon no man lays its heart. Upon all the bare heights in the desert. Destroyers have come from the sword of the Lord devours. From one end of the land to the other, no flesh is peace. They sow wheat and have reaped thorns. They have tied themselves out but profit nothing. They shall be ashamed of their harvest because of the fierce anger of the Lord. This is the Lord concerning all my evil neighbors who touch the heritage that I have given my Hebrews to inherit. Yet I'll pluck them up from the and I'll pluck them up the house of Judah from among them. And after I have plucked them out, I will again have compassion on them, and I will bring them again, each to his heritage and each to his land. And it shall come to pass, if they will diligently learn the ways of my people, They swear by my name, as the Lord lives, even as they talk to my people, they swear by Baal, and they shall be built up in the midst of my people. But if any nation will not listen, then I will utterly pluck it up and destroy it, declares the Lord. And thus says the Lord to me, go and buy a linen loincloth, and put it around your waist, and do not dip it in water. So I bought a loincloth according to the word of the Lord, and put it around my waist. And the word of the Lord came to me a second time, take the loincloth that you have brought, which is around your waist, and arise, go to the Euphrates, and hide it there in a cleft of the rock. So I went and hid it by the Euphrates, as the Lord commanded me. And after many days the Lord said to me, arise, go to the Euphrates, and take from there the loincloth that I command you to hide it. Then I went to the Euphrates and dug, and I took the loincloth from the place where I had hidden it. And behold, the loincloth was spoiled, it was good for nothing. And the word of the Lord came to me, thus says the Lord, even so I will spoil the pride of Judah and the great pride of Jerusalem. This evil people who refuse to hear my words, who suddenly flock their own heart, and have gone up to other gods to serve them and worship them, shall be like this loincloth, which is good for nothing. For as the loincloth clings to the waist of a man, so I made the whole house of Israel and the whole house of Judah to cling to me. Declares the Lord, that they might be for me a people, a name, a praise, and a glory, but that they will not listen. You shall speak to them this word, thus says the Lord, the God of Israel. Every jar shall be filled with wine, and they will say to you, do we not indeed know that every jar will be filled with wine? And you shall say to them, thus says the Lord, behold, I'll fill with drunkenness all the inhabitants of this land, the kings who sit on David's throne, the priests, the prophets, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And I'll dash them one against another, fathers and sons together, declares the Lord. I'll not pity or spare or have compassion, that I should not destroy them. Hear and give ear, be not proud. And now the Lord has spoken. Give glory to the Lord your God before he brings darkness, and before your feet stumble on the twilight mountains. And while you look for light, he turns it into gloom, and makes it into deep darkness. But if you will not listen, my soul will weep in secret for your pride. My eyes will weep bitterly and run down with tears, because the Lord's flock has been taken captive. Say to the king and the queen mother, take a lowly seat for your beautiful crown that has come down from your head. The seas of Jacob are shut up, with none to open them. And all Judah is taken into exile, wholly taken into exile. Lift up your eyes and see those who come from the north. There is the flock that I was giving you, your beautiful flock. What will you say when they set his head over you, those whom you yourself have taught to be friends to you? Do not pangs take hold of you like those who will woman in labour. And if you say in your heart, why have these things come upon me? It is for the greatness of your iniquity that your skirts are lifted up and you suffer violence. Yet the Ethiopian changes skin of the leopard his spouse, and also you can do good who are accustomed to do evil. I'll scatter you like chaff driven by the wind from the desert. This is your lot, the portion I have measured out to you to curse them. Because you have forgotten me and trusted in life. I myself will lift up your skirts over your face, and your shame will be seen. I have seen your abominations, your adulteries and nays, your lewd horns on the hills and the field. Woe to you, Jerusalem! How long will it be before you are made clean? The word of the Lord that came to Jeremiah concerning the Judah mirth and it gates language. Our people lament on the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem goes up. And they will send their servants for water. They come to the cistern. They find no water. They return with their vessels empty. They are ashamed and confounded and cover their heads, because the ground is dismayed, since there is no rain on the land. The farmers are ashamed. They cover their heads. Even the dirt in the field forsakes her newborn forth, because there is no grass. The wild donkeys stand on the bare heights. They pant for air like jackals. Their eyes fail, because there is no vegetation. There are iniquities testifying against us. Act over for your name's sake, for our backslidings are many, and we have sinned against you. You hope of Israel, its Savior in time of trouble. Why should you be like a stranger in the land, like a traveler who turns aside to tarry for a night? Why should you be like a man confused, like a mighty warrior who cannot save? Yet you, Lord, are in the midst of us, and we are called by your name. Do not leave us. Thus is the Lord concerning this people, where you have loved to wander thus, and you have not restrained their feet. Therefore the Lord does not accept them, and now he will remember their iniquity and punish their sins. The Lord said to me, do not pray for the welfare of this people. Though they fast, I will not hear their prayer, and though they offer burnt offering and grain offering, I will not accept them. But I will consume them by the sword, by famine, and by pestilence. And then I said, Ah, Lord God, behold the prophets. And say to them, you shall not see the sword, nor shall you have famine. But I will give assured peace in this place. And the Lord said to me, the prophets are prophesying lies in my name. I did not send them, nor did I command them or speak to them. And they are prophesying to you a lying vision, and worthless divination, and deceit of their own minds. Therefore thus says the Lord concerning the prophets who prophesy in my name, although I did not send them, and who say, sword and famine shall not come in upon this land. By sword and famine those prophets shall be consumed, and the people to whom the prophets they prophesy shall be cast out, and the streets of Jerusalem victims of famine and sword. with none to bury them, their wives, their sons, and their daughters, for I will pour out their evil upon them. You shall say to them this way, and let my eyes run down with tears night and day, and let them not cease. For the virgin daughter of Mary, who shut up with a great wind, with a very grievous fly. If I go into the field, behold, those pierced by the sword. And if I enter the sea, behold, the disease of famine. When both prophet and priest ply their trade through the land, and have no knowledge. Have you utterly rejected of Judah? This is so low Zion. Now I have struck you a step, and so that there is no healing for us. We look for peace, but no good came. For a time of healing, but behold, terror. You acknowledge our wickedness, Lord, and the iniquity of our fathers. We have sinned against you. Do not spurn us for your name's sake, and do not dishonor your glorious throne. Remember, and do not break your covenant with us. Are there any among the false gods of the nations that can bring rain? Or can the heavens give showers? Are you not he, O Lord our God? And he set our hope on you, for you will do all these things. And the Lord said to me, through Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my heart would not turn toward the people. Send them out of my sight, and let them go. And when they ask you, where shall we go? And you shall say to them, thus says the Lord, those who are for pestilence to pestilence, and those who are for the sword to the sword, and those who are to famine, and those who are for captivity to captivity. I will point over them 4 kinds of distress, declares the Lord, the sword to kill, the dogs to tear, the birds of the air, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. And I will make them a horror to all the kingdoms of the earth, because of what man said, the son of Hezekiah, king of Judah, did in Jerusalem. Who will have pity on you, O Jerusalem, and who will grieve for you? Who will turn aside to ask about your welfare? You have rejected me, declares the Lord. You keep going backwards, so I have stretched out my hand against you and destroyed you. I am weary of relenting. I have winnowed them with a winnowing fork, and the gates of the land I bereaved them. I have destroyed my people. I did not turn from their ways. I have made their widows more number in the sand of the sea. I have brought against the mothers of young men. I destroy at noon. I have made anguish and terror fall upon them suddenly. She, poor servant, has grown feeble. She has fainted away. Her son went down while it was yet day. She is being shamed and disgraced. And the rest of them I will give to the sword before their enemies, declares the Lord. And woe is me, my mother, that you bore me, a man of strife and contention to the whole land. I have not led, nor have I borrowed. Yet all of them curse me. The Lord said, have I not set you free of their good? Have I not pleaded for you before the enemy in the time of trouble and in the time of distress? Can one break iron from the north, and bronze? Your wealth and the treasures I will give as spoil without price for all your sins throughout all your territory. And I will make you serve your enemies in the land that you do not know. For in my anger a fire is kindled that shall burn forever. O Lord, you know, remember me and visit me, and take vengeance on me, on my persecutors. In your forbearance take me not away. Know that for your sake I bear reproach. Your words were found, and I ate them, and in your words became to me a joy, and the delight of my heart, for I am called by your name, O Lord God of hosts. I did not sit in the company of revelers, nor did I rejoice. I sat alone, because your hand was upon me, for you had filled me with indignation. Why is my pain unceasing, my wound incurable, refusing to be healed? Will you be to me like a deceitful brook, like waters that fail? If thus says the Lord, if you return, I will restore you, and you shall stand before me. If you utter what is precious, and not what is worthless, you shall be as my mouth. They shall turn to you, and you shall not turn to them, and I will make you to the people a fortified wall upon them. They will fight against you, and they shall not prevail over you, for I am with you, to save you and deliver you, declares the Lord. And I will deliver you out of the hand of the wicked, and redeem you from the gospel of the ruthless. And the words of the Lord came to me. You shall not take a wife, nor shall you have sons or daughters in this place. Thus says the Lord concerning the sons and daughters who are born in this place, and concerning the mothers who bore them, and the fathers who fathered them in this land. They shall die of deadly diseases. They shall not be lamented, nor shall they be buried. They shall be as dung on the surface of the ground. They shall perish by sword and by famine, and their dead bodies shall be food for the birds of the air and for the beasts of the earth. And thus says the Lord, do not enter the house of mourning, or go to Lama, or grieve for them, for I have taken away my peace from this people. My steadfast love and mercy, declares the Lord. Those great and small shall die in this land. They shall not be buried, and no one shall lament for them, or cut himself, or make himself bold for them. No one shall bake bread for the man, to comfort him for the death, nor shall anyone give him the cup of consolation to drink for his father or his mother. You shall not go into the house of feasting to sit with them, to eat and drink. For thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will silence in this place, before your eyes and in your days, the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride. And when you tell the people all these words, and they say to you, why has the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us? What is our iniquity? What is the sin that we have committed against the Lord our God? And you shall say to them, because your fathers have forsaken me, declares the Lord, and have gone after other gods, and have served and worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept in my law, and because you have done worse than your fathers, well, behold, every one of you follows his stubborn evil will, refusing to listen to me. Therefore I will hurl you out of this land into a land that neither you nor your fathers have known, And they shall serve other gods day and night, but I will show you no favor. Therefore, behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, and it shall no longer be said, as the Lord lives, who brought up the people of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But as the Lord lives, who brought up the people of Israel out of the north country and out of all the countries where he had driven them, I will bring them back to their own land that I gave to their fathers. And I am sending them for many fishes, declares the Lord. And then they shall catch them, and afterward I will send for many hunters. And they shall hunt them from every mountain and every hill, and out the clefts of the rocks, for my eyes are on all their ways. They are not hidden from me, nor is their iniquity concealed from my eyes. But first I will doubly repay their iniquity and their sin, because they polluted my land with carcasses of their detestable idols, and they filled my inheritance with their abominations. O Lord, my strength and my stronghold, my refuge in the day of trouble. So you shall the nations come, and from the ends of the earth, and say, how fathers have inherited nothing but lies, worthless things in which there is no profit. Can a man make for himself gods? Such are not gods. Therefore, behold, I will make them know. This once I will make them know my power and my might, and they shall know that my name is the Lord. The saying Judah is written with a pen of iron, with the pointed diamond is engraved on the tablet of their heart, and on the horns of their altars, while their children remember their altars and their ashes. Besides every good tree, and on the high hills, on the mountains, in the open country, your wealth and all your treasures I will give for spoil, as the price of your high places for sin throughout all your territory. You shall loosen your hand as from your heritage. And then I gave to you, and I will make you serve your enemies in the land that you do not know. For in my anger I will fire a kindle that shall burn forever. Thus is the Lord, cursed is the man who trusts in man and makes flesh his strength. His heart turns away from the Lord. He is like a shrub in the desert, and shall not see any good come. He shall dwell in the parched places of the wilderness, uninhabited salt land. Thus is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose trust is the Lord. He is like a tree planted by water that sends out its roots by the stream. He does not fear when heat comes, for its leaves remain green. It is not anxious for the year of drought, it does not cease to bear fruit. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately sick. Proverbs 3. My son, do not forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commandments, so the length and days and years of life and peace they will add to you. Let no steadfast love and faithfulness forsake you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart, so you find favor and good success in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make sure your paths. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. It will be healing to your flesh and refreshment to your bones. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of all your produce. And your barns will be filled with honey, and your vats will be bursting with wine. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline, or be wary of his reproof. The Lord reproves him whom he loves, as a father in the son in whom he delights. This is the one who finds wisdom, and the one who gains understanding. But the gain from her is better than gain from silver, and a profit better than gold. She is more precious than jewels, and nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in her right hand, in her left hand are riches and honor. And your ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths of peace. She is a tree of life to those who lay hold of her. Those who hold her fast are called blessed. The Lord by wisdom founded the earth, and by understanding he established the heavens. By his knowledge the deep strode over, and the clouds dropped down the dew. My son, do not lose sight of these. Keep sound wisdom and discretion, and there will be life for your soul, and adornment for your neck. And you will walk on your way secure, and your foot will not stumble. And if you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. You will not be afraid of sudden terror, or of the ruin of the wicked when it comes. For the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from being caught. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due. When it is in your power to do it, do not say to your neighbor, go and come again. Tomorrow I will give it when you have it with you. Do not plan evil against your neighbor, who dwells trustingly beside you. Do not contend with a man for no reason, and he has done you no harm. Do not envy a man of violence, and do not choose any of his ways, for the deepest person is an abomination to the Lord. The upright are in his confidence, and the Lord's curse is in the house of the wicked, but he blesses the dwelling of the righteous. Who rewards the scorners he is scornful, but to the humble he gives favor. The wise one inherit honor, but fools get disgrace. Psalm 38. My Lord, rebuke me not in your anger, nor discipline me in your wrath. For your arrows have sunk into me, and your hands come down on me. There is no soundness in my flesh because of your indignation. There is no health in my bones because of my sin. For my iniquities have gone over my head. Like heavy burden, they are too heavy for me. My wounds stink and fester because of my foolishness. I am utterly bowed down and prostrate, for all the day I go about mourning. My sides are filled with burning, and there is no soundness in my flesh. I am feeble and crushed. I groan because of the tumult of my heart. Although all my longing is before him, my sighing is not hidden from me. My heart floods, my strength fails me, and the light of my eyes Ursa has gone from me. My friends and companions stand aloof from my plague, and my nearest kin stand far off. Those who seek my life lay their snares, and those who seek my hurt speak of wrong. They meditate treachery all day long. I am like a deaf man, I do not hear, like a mute man who does not open his mouth. I become like a man who does not hear, and in whose mouth are no rebukes. But for you, O Lord, do I wait. It is you, O Lord, my God, who will answer. And for I say, I live and not rejoice over me. You boast against me when my foot slips, for I am ready to fall, and my pain is ever before me. I confess my iniquity. I am sorry for my sin. But my foes are vigorous, they are mighty, and many are those who hate me wrongfully. Those who run to me evil for good accuse me, because I fall after good. Do not forsake me, O Lord, my God. Be not far from me. Make haste to help me, O Lord, my salvation. Now that's done, I shall now do the Lord's prayer. Leave our heads, our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we also forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.